This here is the Skoda Kylaq. It's a brand new sub 4 meter SUV from Skoda, launched in India, based on the Kylaq, shares the Kylaq's platform and engine. But the big question is it a little too late?
It is the question which everybody is asking, and I'm always answering the same, that it's not. Because this is the biggest segment, this is so far the fastest growing segment, and every new model which come to the segment is still making the segment grow. This is our expectation as well. We are not stealing from the competition going into this segment. So yes, there will be hard competition. Our pricing, I think, makes very clear that we are not afraid. In the end of the day, we do believe that the whole segment with our Kylaq entry into the segment will grow as well. Either it goes from the bottom of the sub 4 meter, because the SUV is the most aspirational part of this segment, and actually when you can attract the people with a good value proposition, whether it's efficiency, technology, design or space, because we actually deliver within a 4 meter car the biggest space in the class. So I think for a lot of people it can be a solution in the crowded cities, it can work, but it has, due to the inherited things from the platform, it has as well a very good handling somewhere in the streets which are not 100% well tarmacked covered. So I think we do deliver what the customer expects in different parts of India. Now, how much are we taking from the other guys in the segment, competitors? I don't know. Let's ask the customers and let's see in 3 months what will be the final story. But you are right. We are relatively late because there are already 13, I think, models in the segment, but I know that another 2 at least are coming still. So it is a sweet spot. Everybody wants to be there. People are still bringing more cars there, so there is more potential to grow. It will make the competition fierce, but once you have a good product with a good value for the customer, you should be there.
Now let's talk styling first. You get the Skoda face up front, but this grille follows the new design language that Skoda has from the L-Rock. This is a nice car, so it has slightly larger openings to ventilate the engine, obviously. You get a split headlamp design, and lower down you get the silver skid plate, which looks pretty cool. Over on the side, 17-inch wheels, which is uncommon in this segment. It's not the first, but it is uncommon. You've got a shorter wheelbase. This is 81 mm shorter than the Kylaq, and that is really where the Kylaq differentiates itself from the Kylaq. It is a shorter car to fit into the sub 4 meter segment. Over at the rear, new design language. You've got this smaller tail lamp, makes it look a lot more compact. You've got the Skoda lettering, and you've got some textured elements on the back as well. The Kylaq badging, and you've got skid plates down below. When you step inside the Kylaq, you'll notice that the dash is very familiar from the Kylaq. You get the same steering wheel, you get the same cluster, the same infotainment screen, the same central tunnel and storage areas as well. You need to remember that the track width is actually the same as the Kylaq, so the space and storage and dash and everything on the inside is very similar. You get some differentiated bits here with the design of the dashboard, but that's about it. In terms of features, you get ventilated seats, you get automatic climate control, you get a wireless phone charger, you get a sunroof, not a panoramic sunroof, you get electrically adjustable seats in the front as well. In terms of space at the back, you get good knee room. This, despite being shorter than the Kylaq, it has reasonable amount of knee room, especially by class standards. You get an armrest over here with cup holders, USB Type-C ports, you've got your AC vents, and in terms of headroom, you actually have a fair bit because they've scooped this out on the top over here. In terms of boot space, 446 liters of boot space. You can see how many bags have fit in here. This is, again, despite it being a shorter car compared to the Kylaq. In terms of equipment, it could have gotten ADAS. That's the only thing that it really misses. It's not common in this segment, but some competitors in this segment do feature ADAS, and having it in here would have just given it the edge. We also must talk about the engine. This is the 1.0 TSI shared with the Kylaq, and it makes the same outputs as well, 114 bhp and 178 Nm of torque. In terms of transmissions, it gets the same transmissions again, so 6-speed manual and a 6-speed torque converter automatic. Now let's talk about pricing. Rupees 7.89 lakhs. Is that competitive? Let's go back to Petr for this. How important is price in the sub 4 meter segment?
it's 100% one of the most important things. We have made some analysis and asking some potential buyers in the segment before, and it was very much clear, because we said, look, we are basically bringing a one level higher platform into this segment.
Yes.
So can we price it like we usually price the Skoda cars, with some premium? Because the car was tested like more than 8 lakhs kilometers or around Indian roads. The car really took a time for development. You can see it in materials, in quality, in delivery. So we usually ask, like in some other models, a price premium, which is fair to ask once you dedicate your time and effort to bring it on this level. And they told us, no, you cannot, because we care about the price first.
Right.
If you deliver something on top, then thank you very much. But this is the price.
Right.
And we knew from the beginning, and we promised to deliver on par 100% the competitive pricing. And I think we delivered. So we stick to our promises and deliver what we have to.
Awesome. And Petr has put it perfectly. The Kylaq is a larger SUV that's been shrunken into this segment. It is effectively a Kylaq with slightly less space in the rear at a much better price. And that is a very tantalizing deal. In the segment that it competes in, it has a lot of competition. It goes up against the Maruti Suzuki Brezza, the Tata Nexon, the Mahindra 3XO, the Hyundai Venue, the Kia Sonet, and extended competition includes the Nissan Magnite and the Renault Kiger. So a lot of competition in this space, but it's better late than never. And going on first impressions, this thing is really, really promising.